reprising his role a little bit from last year, albeit without the calling. This is Kotazia going to be on the controller. I look forward to Pearl, because you kind of mentioned it. That's where we see his Killjoy play, which I thought was really sick in the offseason. It's going to be EG starting on defense. And yeah, Sentinels, questions for these guys. Obviously, you know, as the winningest Sentinels casters from last year, Rob Moore had to get us in today. Flew you straight in overnight. Love to see that. But EG, they've got shooters now. Let's see what Sentinels have for us, though. Group up towards his A main.
Yeah, the check hasn't cleared yet, but I'm waiting on it.
Oh, yeah.
Any
It'll
second.
come.
Any second now. Comes that drone coming through. Mosquito comp hit activated. I mean, easy stun backside onto Super. How does that kind of dropped in?
That's just not worked out from it all here. Narray playing in front of security. But Com was really the only option to give EG a foothold after that fast hit came through. No nonsense, all business here from Sentinels. And we've got Bao. Obviously in a position to make his way across to this side. And Sen have a cover, they get the flank watched as well. And no follow-up here, the flashes out of security. One walks into the crosshairs of Redux. Bao already working with nothing but the Ghost.
I mean, ultimately, even if they take out Narrate there, the time is getting so low. Multiple players from Sen in main. Feels like this is unlosable.
Last player standing.
And here we go. Now, Guided Salvo going to make it impossible to get that defuse, and this is Sentinels getting off to the races. Talked about running it down on that attack side. Sentinels happy to keep up the trend.
Yep, that is some real Abyss gameplay and some real the meta, the world we live in gameplay, which is you have a Waylay, you have a Yoru, and when you have the Breach, you're just sending it in. The stun connects, the Waylay is right on top of that anchored player. This comp is just so good right now, so prevalent, and there is a reason. Like, Waylay is just an incredible agent in the meta.
Straight here, we might just be running it back, right? We got Stingers brought up for the second round.
Revealing area.
Another fast hit here for Sentinels.
Nothing for EG, just straight classic. So this one probably as good as done. You know, an opportunity for Sen to try and get some of those orbs maybe to Redux or Caillou. I think Neri takes that one, but you know, obviously want to get to that Yoru ult ASAP. Even though Yoru got some nerfs, the fact that we're seeing him in literally every single game definitely tells the story of how good the agent still is.
Off we go. Someone check on Lothar. That's going to be EG exiting the round very quickly. Obviously to not suffer any economic downfall, give those ult orbs over. That one out of the way nice and quick. Now though, the real deal.
With actual guns, let's see if EG can get this defensive setup that they have online. You're going to see Bao switching which site he's on very often. That was something they did last week. And then that's sort of in tandem, excuse me, with Dijazin, who's going to be able to just teleport back and forth to the other sites. I really liked his Yoru, and I'm hoping we're going to see more of his Yoru in this series. He absolutely went off last week on defense.
Definitely a win condition, and Sen honestly weren't able to play around Koala Nu very well in that last series. They were on single initiator a lot, so that was an issue for them. But here, got the breach in tow.
It looks like Sen want to set up for an A split, but EG, they have intentions of getting very aggro in main.
Dijazin with a saturate has to back away. Good control here over towards tower side. Redux wants to get in. The smoke unlikely to hold him up for too long. Narrate though picked off. That looks like it threw smoke out towards main side. Redux has got to get active. But Oki shuts him down.
Sen really disconnected there. Multiple players very focused on Redux, who obviously made all that sound breaking the vent door, sending the clone through into heaven. Had two crosshairs his way. Sen just completely bogged down in main though. Could not get through, couldn't support. So Redux goes down totally isolated. Stinger is going to be tough at range heading towards B unless they can get up mid, work through heaven. So let's see what Bao can do on the anchor. You mentioned his proficiency from last week. He was really nice.
Pretty passive angle here. That's going to be smoked out as well to try and bleed the clock a little further. Some util has to be used in order to get past the smoke. So dead giveaway here for Bao. Pings it out. Now he knows the action is going to be over towards that B side. EG will set up, come through spawn.
So looks like a free plant. I mean, at the very least for Sen in future round, maybe the next one. Caillou's about to have that rolling thunder.
Yeah.
So early in the game, so early. So, you know, if they get a few kills here, at least Sen get away with some damage, maybe get him to that ult. This next round will be really important.
Fault line here you can play off for Caillou now, trying to play into this, but maybe thinks Dijazin was a clone or doesn't expect him so far forward already. Now it's up to Kotazia, but he's got his hands well and truly full. And only John now will remain. Dives on in, wants to get this one over with as well, I'd suggest, and that is a pretty clean round as EG emerge mostly unscathed.
Also prioritizing just getting the orbs over to their breach. Okeanos gets that defuse. What a nice retake from EG. They have some very, very solid coordination when it comes down to getting back onto that B site. Sen are going to have to be absolutely dialed in the post plants over there. Yeah, Caillou just did not expect Digizin to already be past that line where he threw the stun.
Look at that shit. Very good.
All 5 rifles retained.
So guys,
Yeah, flawless round, pretty important to get off to the races here on defense, especially. We've yet to see that B site tested. Sen want to run it back on A once more.
Yeah, is it time to just absolutely send it? It may be. There are 3 EG players here. Stun comes through. Wow, middle from Digizin. Nice shot. Traded out though.
Yeah, can't get back. Cock going to step up to the plate next. Going to play off the flash. The pick is also going to be there. That's a 1 for none. This puts a little bit of pressure now on Oki, and it's going to draw the rotation away by Superman.
Listen, if you're a Sen fan, you want to see Redux start to get the ball rolling here early, start to get some kills. Rolling Thunder is going to force Okeanos all the way back out of here. Site taken for Sen, 4v3 advantage. Let's see if they can close this out.
A couple retakes already from EG once Sen are well and truly entrenched. They don't really have that tower control yet. You can see Bao try to do something about that, work his way up, but John is going to be in residence. Redux hoping to play off the clone there. This is all slowing EG up. Nova Pulse as well, something that's going to be respected by the defenders. Bao, though, finding some damage. Tearing strips off these players out over in main, but John is going to be waiting on the side. It's a 1-for-1. Bao drops down. He's got to get active now as well. Has to respect this grab well. And now Cortez can sit back inside main and try and hold it down, but hold on, Bao yet again. Going to give it a tickle. There's got to be a step up here from Cortezier, and the timing's got to be done. Good. It's Bao again for 3. Picking up where he left off last week on this map. Dominant showing from our newcomer.
Stunning clutch from him. Cortezia, man, he's going to walk away from that feeling like it was his round to lose, a 1v1 to lose there. Had prime opportunity on the swing to get the kill. Redux had those nice openings, just winning out straight up trade fights in main, and even that was not enough.
No way.
The time delay wasn't enough.
For legal reasons, muted, of course. Yeah, feeling himself. That's what I'm enjoying this EG team. They're really interesting this year, and they got some, again, they're hard hitters on this roster.
And now one of their big win cons online, Digizin, one of the best offers that we have in the region, has that gun in his hands. He is just so proficient with it, so consistent.
In contrast to last week, though, Sentinels have actually got that extra initiator here, so they've got more options to try and clear those op lines. They've walked into Koala a lot previously. They might have done something in their comps to remediate that.
Yeah, at least with this breach, maybe opportunities to stun where Digizin's playing. Try and get him with a flash. Spots him out with a clone. Yeah, that works. I mean, you mentioned it, but that was such a struggle against Furia. They were getting torn apart by Koala's op, running these solo initiator comps, not able to force him off lines.
Sky on Breeze, they just had the Teo for split.
This is definitely a chance to rectify those mistakes going up against another top-tier opper in their very next match.
There's a late round re-clear for EG behind this flashpoint. They don't really see Sen encroaching now, though they realize it. Super's going to try and back away now as the aftershock comes through. This surely is going to draw some attention, but there's a wedge driven in between the two sides of EG setup. Redux can make something happen here, but EG are calling players back from tower to maybe deal with that.
There, it's stuffed a little bit by that stun as Sen attempt to get out of this choke. 20 seconds left. EG have so many players here ready to fight.
Big one from the raid is going to double down on that. Superman ends up on top of someone's head. Caillou's having to deal with that, and I think EG here realize it's a matter of stepping back, sitting on these weapons, keep the op in rotation.
Yeah, Superman just a little bit late on that drop. Couldn't tell if maybe there was a gravel there or stun, so he wasn't able to get out immediately to support those players' back sights. Man, if he could have, if that timing was a little tighter, EG would have had a shot there for sure. Now Bao successfully able to clean up these players from Sen who are desperate to get the op out of EG's hands. But honestly, Sen, look at their money. It's not like they really want to be losing that many players either. So this is probably time to relax, just let the spike tick and move on to the next one. Cut your losses in a win. I mean, it's a solid round from Sen.
Yeah, also the kind of round where Sen want a guarantee behind their duelist ultimates. Should have come to that. So again, making that rotate back over towards the A side, and a couple quick frags from Narrate to really get them entrenched.
Yeah, we haven't really had a situation fully come up yet where Sen have gone into this veto and have just gotten completely stopped by that brick wall, and then there's the breach util coming at them.
Boys.
They get stunned there in main, but ultimately Narrate, he's still double dashing in. Like, they're still getting that space, right? So EG's game plan has not been fully operational yet. It hasn't been completely tested. Center hitting the right sides.
They move Bao over to A now. Try and get some value out of the Sentinel utility a bit. So far, Sentinels want to try and work mid. That's into the op line, though.
And that is going to be droned off, of course. And on account of that, Digizine just needs to get out before he was potentially suppressed.
Notice there's no gate crash active right now for EG.
Digizine has been able to repost towards B main, but this push out from Bao is a little messy. John catches him. And now EG want to respond with aggression towards B. They want to take some control somewhere on the map, try and even this up.
Oh, nice timing here from Cortezia. Flash as well, something he can play off comfortably. A mid-round noise cut here from Sentinels has EG pushing up for info.
Oh, I mean, I think that was Digizine's own flash. He just kind of got startled by the swing upper. Okay, well that's fortunate. That is very fortunate. And even more fortunate is the fact that Redux and Narrate, they didn't even have to use their ults. They've still got them for a future round.
They got the op dropped. That's being pinged out right now over on the B side, and Com was in no position to salvage that. Walking away with nothing but a Guardian and very, very light pockets.
Yeah, weird. I mean, Bao over on A pushes out in front of his setup and is just caught by John, who's just watching for the push. So it's about as free as it gets for the longest standing member of this new Sen roster. I mean, that's just so free. Yeah. And then from there, the world is their oyster. I mean, yeah, they just actually got... he was so scared on the swing and just threw the flash out. I mean, listen, I get it.
Yeah, the voodoo hands there from Mr. Kaplan. He's definitely being able to, play the Puppet Master right now and have EG getting pulled up and out of position into these lines that are being held by Sen.
This year is definitely a test for Kaplan as a coach, having such a different roster with so many new players to the league, promoting 2 of their Qbert Academy guys from Challengers, a new IGL for the actual VCT league. Yeah. I mean, a lot of pressure on these guys, right? So
it makes you wonder if, I'm sure there was a lot of discussion about this in the off-season as well. It's like, is this a retooling to get that ceiling for Sentinels raised up? Because it feels like domestically and to some degree internationally, in that previous roster last year, maybe we hit it. Maybe the realization was that that was as far as they could go. Injection of youth here, maybe a cleaner slate. Kind of built around Narrate, which is obviously a controversial decision based on the streakiness we saw from him last year. But so far, he's been getting onto those A sides pretty comfortably, playing that role of entry admirably. And they struggled again last week to do that, to get into these sites. So far, not so shabby. 4 on the board.
Yeah, I think this is a really great position for Sen so far, honestly. I mean, obviously, small sample size, but if we're just going to go off of what we saw from EG in week 1 when they stole this map from Envy, it was their defense that got them by 10 rounds. So Sen are not doing too bad at all.
EG kind of predicted that now in a low economy round, Sentinels are going to test B for the first time. They've given Bao the hero rifle.
EG do feel totally comfortable with playing for big retakes on this B side. Plenty of rounds where Bao's utility is going to be there, slow things up a little bit. The rotate from EG comes in, and I think this is where you see some of the best team play from them. But in this round, look, they just have distance. They're probably going to lose.
Ooh, that was a little bit streaky there from Cortezia. He's able to find just the one. John, always on a line. Bao walks headlong into it. Rifle, of course, still to hand for EG. That one's been passed around like the traveling pants. Com embedded now in a position, but Narrate had just the right tool for this problem. It's going to be Redux that follows him up.
Just those 2 left on the flank. Inevitable that Superman will be getting out of here, trying to just keep this Vandal if he can, but he cannot. John deals with him. Not a huge deal. They're going to have that full buy next round anyway, of course. But yeah, I mean, I think another thing actually that just came up in that round worth mentioning is that in Sen's preparation for this series, they absolutely should be aware that over on that B side, EG love to play retakes with multiple guys going down mid and flanking through drops, sometimes up to 3. I believe there were 3 there in that instance. So they've got to be ready for that. That had been the crux of a lot of round wins when EG played this map prior. And I'm sure Sen are fully aware of that in the prep work that they've done here.
I don't hate the pivot for EG though on a pistol or like half by round to still contest mid. They didn't really have an option to find an early lead, though. Digizine with the operator back to hand. Now, big part of the win confidence EG side.
Massively important, locking down mid. And Sen definitely aware that this most likely is back on the field. I mean, even content to some extent, just waiting out any aggression. See if EG tried to mix something in. Very active at this point in the game. Not going to come, though.
A round in stark contrast to those fast A hits we were seeing peddled by Sentinels at the start of this map. And this drone re-clear timing is pretty annoying for Sen.
And on this round as well, Sen are going to be totally fine, just passive for a bit. Let's see if EG get active in any way. All right, just gather up to hit a site. We've got 4 ults. Redux can just get in right now with this Yoru ult, get all of the information, and then in a post plant, they have the Armageddon. I mean, it's just, this should be done, right? How can EG really get back in here? Maybe with that Rolling Thunder from Okeanos.
Like Cortezi is playing. Like, there's no chance of getting like any backstab pressure in A main for EG here.
Yeah, not at all. I mean, everyone is going to be coming from this front side. The Rolling Thunder is going to need to have a massive connection.
Okay, Armageddon goes over towards security, so this is going to have EG scurrying before they try and hit. Super decides to go forward instead, and all Digizine trying to avoid certain death, finds it a different way. They're up on the side. Of course, the short is going to go to work, but Com makes an exchange. Now EG have the positioning, but it's a post-plant util that's going to be a big problem. The Rolling Thunder, though, held for just now. Doesn't account for Redux on that backstab. In the side, he's amongst them. Tears into shreds.
What an amazing use of a proactive ultimate there from John, getting that off in the spawn. I mean, knowing that there's going to be a lot of players there, Cortezi is watching the flank. He hasn't seen a damn thing, so he knows they're all going to be coming from that front side, right? This completely disrupts everything.
Oh, man.
And listen, that's the kind of mistake that's going to happen when there's a nuke dropped on your head.
Baby, I'm back! He's back.
Yeah, no. The Redux haters from week 1, right now, they are being shut up. He is playing pretty solid to start off this series. And yeah, look, that last series should just be a blip on the radar for how well he's been playing in the offseason till now, right? I mean, that was the first slip-up. And maybe just nerves. Maybe just nerves for this new team coming into VCT.
This roster historically has afforded far less of a grace period than their contemporaries.
Yeah, some would agree.
Okay, so now we are going to be hitting again this B side, again when EG are on pistols. Sen don't want to push into like a fully stacked site with weapons to here. They feel like they can contend with their veto util, and the Bow just gets caught around that corner, not able to fall back into connector. Quickly though, in Dimensional Drift, Digizine wants to try and get some info on this site, set up this Hunter's Fury.
Not really able to accomplish too much. I mean, using that on the round with just pistols as well.
Nicely done. Flash around the box here for Digizine. Coast is where the issue is, and again, Cortezia in a problematic position now to make his way around. The net is tightening on EG, and Digizine after 2 has to fight his way out of this. It is a 3-pronged entrapment. And yeah, his position's going to be confirmed by a drone that's pretty slippery to clean up.
Knows Cortezi is just biding his time in the back line as well.
Face the music, Digizine must. So that's EG member buying Sheriffs into that round. Sentinels being very careful about when they want to work that B side of the map, only when they're objectively advantaged.
The comp that Sen are running just, at the moment, feels way too explosive for any level of anchoring to occur. This veto is really not getting anything accomplished at the moment.
They burned all those ults for what?
Yeah.
I mean, literally, you stole my next point. Bro, can you not? I mean, also, though, I was going to say, they are getting desperate. Com just throws out a Hunter's Fury. Everyone just had pistols fighting on the site.
I mean, from Digizine to try and set that up. It's so speculative.
It's a big risk. Doesn't pay off. Now they don't have them for an actual buy round.
Back in a flash.
Oh, Divine.
Because of that wall, they don't know that Redux actually dropped down towards top mid.
He's just working that wall here now, right? One shot's all he's going to get. Superman drops low, though. Ooh, to the line. Bow's going to be able to clean him up. Here comes a Rolling Thunder, though. EG not really set up for this. Superman's actually able to back away for the time being. Convergent paths will be the next throw-in. And despite being hindered, EG are sat, well, safe as houses up here in tower for the time being. 2 up now for Sentinels, and they've got no choice but to trudge onto the site and try and make something of this. Try and dig Digizine out of security. That is beautiful positioning from John, and no one's watching it for DG, apparently.
Just fully exposed to upper. That's a mistake that is going to allow Sen to get back into this round, give them just a glimmer of hope here. No real util to work off right now. Kayu's just waiting for that cycle to come back up on a stun.
And in context, this is a big spend for Evil Geniuses.
30 seconds left.
A big extension.
That's not ready.
Omnis more than happy here to be treated out of position. The swing for Bao there just in case.
That's awkward. That is so awkward. And now the stun is also, of course, come back up for that defensive breach. But John keeps them at bay.
Yeah, a little special delivery to buy himself a little bit of time. Com now does have to get a bit more active. Spike down. He's down to 17.
One enemy
Oki though,
remaining.
yeah, and Bao can work this from either side. John will be surrounded. Bao exits the round with another 3-piece.
I mean, respect to those Sen players. I like the way that they were trying to find picks in that situation. I mean, unlucky that John doesn't catch Psalm there. Had an opportunity. That was a cool little play to try to get the kill. But then EG, they do everything right. You know, they're just biding their time backside. They have the advantage. And hey, listen, Sen, they're waiting to get their stun back up. Well, Okeanos is going to get his too.
Nice, Bao. Keep going, baby.
And they can just send that out to get back in. You have Calm in Heaven just being so annoying. It's making so much noise, and that allows the other guys to just wrap, you know, over bridge.
I think Narrate uses Lightspeed earlier in the round to try and go after Supermen, so there's no follow-up to that the hindrance they get with the Convergent Pass. They know there's multiple EG players in tower. They just don't have a way to get there outside of walking up the rope. 10-6 for Bao though, not too bad.
Quick little shock. Bit of damage there onto Narrate early on. Digizin has pushed himself all the way up towards B, has the teleport just to get back towards B Heaven. So if there is A pressure, it's not like he's going to have an opportunity to support quickly. They're basically just playing this site for a retake with the Astra Wall late. Kind of their only option.
Yeah, Digizin doesn't have a gate crash to get himself quickly to A. So they've left the weak side of the map relatively undefended, and it's been the one that Sen has been pounding round after round.
Yeah, I do feel like they just don't mind, though, because they have two ultimates, but crucially just that Astro Wall to cut off all of main.
Yep.
Try and get back in with that.
Okay, here comes that Cosmic Divide in the location you expect, but Rubidux is going to push his way in, doubling down over towards security. Bao under Evolution. Needs to stand tall here, but John doesn't need to fully commit to this. Off the special delivery. Nice exit there for that previous IGL, and it's going to be on Com. Doesn't have the time to make a round-the-world flank. Cosmic Divide still active for the next second or so, but it's not enough. Com can't win the 1v1.
That was really heads up from Sen. They understood the situation that they were about to be presented with when they're getting that site basically for free. They know that there's about to be an Astro Wall going right into the A main, so you can't play any spam positions. So what do? They just go forward. Redux is in there fighting in the smoke. John's there to follow up.
I'm him. Did you see how I destroyed him?
And that's, listen, the idea with this Sen team, just ask Rob Moore, is that now that John is free from the IGL role, he just needs to shoot them. He just wants John to be a shooter.
Some nice stats last week, but a lot of save rounds from John.
Oh my God!
Able to find two
Right
on a bit
there.
of a wayward
He's back.
spray, but that's EG. Trying to eke out an early round advantage with this push-up, just falls flat.
That is just monstrous from Redux. A long time many have been waiting to get him into this VCT league, as he's just been tearing up challengers for a while. And then last year, just started playing a bunch of different roles, honestly. Felt like just like a, you know, little training arc off to the side. Nothing crazy. He wasn't lighting up challengers single-handedly on duelists like he did in the past, but just became a bit more of a well-rounded player.
Yeah, from that same challengers class as Verno, right? Verno gets called up last year into NRG. We're still wondering, okay, where's Redux going to end up landing? Great year on Qubit Academy.
There.
Seeing what he can now display.
Spike planted.
Kayu's able to get that plant down. Com just a little off center there. Now retake for EG, but down to 3 with 2 Guardians to hand. No notable ability pieces either, outside of Oki's util.
Could be tough for Redux here. Yeah, gets pinged out and definitely has to get out of there.
A lot of eyes on that tower side here. EG trying to make their way through. Looks like fault line to be set up. They've got to go for it about now. Narrate allows himself to be affected by it. Still going to find that one shot he needs on Com. That is beautiful stuff. Build around this guy and he can deliver. Nice little 2-piece of flawless there for Sen.
The Sen duelists are simply shooting today, and that was a primary critique from their debut game. That Narrate and Redux, they were having a lot of first deaths, especially. They just were not actually getting the job done as far as, these guys just need to get entries. We're running double duelists. That has not been the case here. They are going so insane. And I like the way that over on this A site too, when Sen do opt to play a little bit more passive towards main, they're doing a nice job of just supporting like one of the entrenched players on site. You know, he's not being abandoned.
Not too shabby a first half for Sentinels. Just go away. If they have guns is the call. We'll be back with our second half of Abyss right after this. A statement 9-3 half to kick things off here in Sentinels. Second game of kickoff. I mean, it's a pretty shocking loss they suffer at the hands of Furia in week number 1. Obviously, 3 strikes in a rout is the mantra for our kickoff format. So both these teams very much still in the mix. And EG on the other side, a really disappointing, almost even crushing loss to Envy, losing their grip on the game on that last map. Definitely have a lot of doubters to silence with this bold new look on their roster.
Now this scoreline, if you see it on Abyss typically, I mean, you get 9 rounds on attack. This map is pretty attacker-sided, but it's just a little bit different when we saw EG be so successful on defense in their debut on Abyss. So let's see if they can make this a little bit more of a traditional Abyss affair and tighten the gap.
Mid-control, easily enough taken by EG. Definitely got some ears perked up on the Sentinels side, though. You know, Caillou and also John looking inward towards the map. Oh, the TP there for Digizine. Obviously, the sound cue given off, and it's going to be a 1-for-1 at least. The rest of EG there to flood. Now, encroaching on B.
There are 2 anchors on site, completely surrounded. Redux, though, with this defensive smoke to just posture up in.
Superman and Bauer on this side. Expanding towards that smoke, and they know it. Cortezia cannot hold his own. He would have been swarmed by players either way. Now it's going to be up to John and Narrate to get some action going. Looks like they're going to split themselves, one upper, one to connect it.
EG feeling like that smoke was a little bit predictable. Now they should be able to close things out. Narrate over the top. Nice shot from
Too many angles to cover.
Yeah, absolutely.
John's going to walk up here, and his util wouldn't be that effective in a situation like this. Com dealt with. Okay. Wait for the disruption to elapse. Going to try and force Superman further up. Cozy actually takes a hit from one of those salvos, and John downs him. Time, though, is of the essence, and EG will sit back now, wait for the opportune moment to silence the caller of old. But John, he's getting loud. No reason not to! Are you kidding, brother? No time for the defuse, but man, style points earned in spades.
Few orbs as well. That was a hell of an attempt from John.
Bro. What the heck? 15 and 5, just quietly.
And plus 200 auras swapping to the Sheriff as well. With 4 bullets and getting 2 kills with them. Respect. Respect.
Still importantly, spike planted. This is, that moment here for Digizine.
Yeah, but at least fast trade from Calm, so all good. This was a really nice split hit. Now, there are 2 anchors there from Sen, but you could just feel from their point of view that, you know, just overwhelming status that they were in, right?
Yeah.
And the little play in the smoke, yeah, that one kind of got read like a book. So, unfortunate.
Yeah. John's domain expansion not enough to clinch the round for Sentinels.
And it may be time with these 5 classics to jump off of the map. it might be time, unless EG go back to A and walk into this stack.
Yeah, that is normally.
But I don't think they will be walking back to A at this point in the round.
Do you know that they might have won 2 rounds there in that prior?
Yep. I do believe the minimap indicates they will be planting at B, and this round is done.
Yeah. All right. Well, just the formalities here being addressed as Sentinels. Yep. It's a long walk off a short cliff face. And we'll be done and dusted with round 14.
Flawless.
Nice flawless round. Well played, guys.
Clean as a whistle.
Well played.
Com took some damage. I mean, that's an area of improvement, but...
What, Com took damage?
Yeah, I think so.
Did he jumped off the little high ledge and spawn?
Yeah.
Listen, I've been there before. That's my favorite activity is jumping over that ledge and accidentally taking 15 damage before the round starts. Love that.
Yeah, the same as the jumping out of Heaven on Haven on that bit.
Oh, classic.
On that A site, yeah. That'll get you.
Classic move. You win the round and jump down to defuse and die. Vintage. All right. Let's see what EG are made of on this bonus. Superman has a Marshall. Maybe can take a cheeky little peek here. Outside nest.
He's going to more than bargain from this down. This TP, they were waiting for it. Bao here to pick up the pieces, but Sentinels have already pulled back.
Yeah, EG, they have shown a desire to go for that play. The Digizine, you know, pop out of the TP up mid, and then someone swings off of him getting out of it, but doesn't really work there.
Bao's just kept going, though. Might be a timing that he can play off here. Yep, spots on the right on the side. He's almost able to get away with it. Refract. Kai, though, steps up, but that's the Bulldog going to work. Bark and bite in full measure. Now Redux has to be a little bit more careful about how he works Heaven. This is flipped pretty darn fast.
And now smoked off so Bao can get out there to safety. Set up a teleport, maybe take a peek. Now what is the util center working with? I mean, that's a lot, frankly. You're looking at Redux with basically a full kit, John with basically a full kit. You try to missile one of these players out of a position in trench.
Kind of showing themselves now. Bao had a free peek with that cross cut, but gets caught out before he can escape.
Recon back up for Calm. That could be pivotal.
I think this might be a little telegraph where he's going to play from, and John, man, even on the move, just too good.
Wow.
Another big round from him, man.
17-6, and with this defuse, has the Armageddon already for EG's first buy round. Absolute menace. He's just unleashed. He no longer has to use his mind. He just has to use his mouse. And he's been a phenom.
We talked about this so much last year when the calling was getting moved around, and when John, obviously a Sentinel caller, then an Initiator caller, saying he much preferred calling while in the pack. Now, of course, yeah,
he doesn't need a mic anymore. Just a mouse and a keyboard.
I mean, so far, I'm not going to argue with that scoreline. And like you mentioned, that Armageddon develops in the 4th round of this second half is huge. And the applications for such a sort of space-denying ability are myriad on this map.
It's a nice little Sova lineup for you to copy for your rankings, where you just get that EZA info straight off the bat. Calm does that one constantly. So they're going to take control of main, at least with Digizine, who is not having as good of an outing as he did last week when he was 15-2 after the first half.
The op round's getting shut down, but then also there was that weird round he's trying to hold from security and isn't watching top boxes on A site. No one's covering that for him, so it's hard to really project it onto the overall issues for EG.
And now you can see Digizine making some noise over there towards A main with the clones. The rest of EG try to work towards this B side. Looked like maybe they wanted to prod up towards mid even, but that is not going to be the case. B side vacant. We might be barreling towards, or slowly walking ourselves towards a full 5-on-5 retake that Sen would be content playing. Yeah, they've got the Armageddon.
Obviously a no Sentinel composition for this team, ironically.
30 seconds
they play
left.
off the site. They've got a ton of retake util. They don't want to play entrenched like EG were trying to get Bao going with. Refract here. Narrator's seen a fair bit of the action already.
Some of that VR utility going to be thrown down.
Good against this heavy, initiator setup.
Yep. No one from Sen attempting any kind of flank. They are all just going to go from the front side. Redux, crucial opening.
Oh, that's nasty. Fortunately, plenty of time for Okeanos to try and get away, but Caillou descends up on that side already, gives it a tap. Digizine finds Redux. He pushed forward, though, to create that buffer. And now that Nebula in the way, comes still able to penetrate it with a shock dart. Nice clean up there for EG. Knew they'd be dealing with some kind of heavy util retake.
That's some beautiful team fighting from main. Good shocks from Calm as well. I mean, it's bold to try and stick that after eating the first one and going down to 55 HP. Just no fear, tries to get it actually diffused in that spot. Looked like this was all but over, honestly, for Sen. Yeah. John's util forces everyone back, and then the missiles force Bao to swing into multiple players, go down. Surprised EG pulled that off, but respect to them for just winning out the duels and all swinging together. Yeah, really good team fight.
We've seen two completely different styles about, especially just how you're holding sites between these two teams so far. I think that EG are happy enough, like, to play off the site. Okay, you two are going to flood in with, flashes, fault lines. We'll play off. We'll play post plant, shock dart. We'll try and get out of your way.
Kaplan right now, dialed in. He is dialed in. Do want to see what the money is when we get out of this. Didn't have a chance to look at it. Yeah, he's starting to get back into this game. Starting to make a run at it. Calm on this attack side. Not a super experienced IGL. We'll see what he can make happen in a situation like this early in the season when he's still gaining that experience.
I mean, yeah, both teams, honestly, with, you know, people that are greener to the IGL role. And again, we'll see what the setup looks like.
So this is going to be Sen just fully ecoed. A couple silly little guns to try to get some cheeky kills here and there, but EG should just be able to stabilize things out. Superman picking up the Outlaw. Nice on a round like this, though. You can get the one-shots. It's more likely that someone on the defense will be doing something aggressive on a lower buy. But it's not going to be towards A main, I'll tell you that. Sen looked pretty content to just hold back at the moment and let EG come to them.
Yeah, narrate with the Bucky. Likely wants to try and have himself dunked. Still pretty heavy mid-emphasis here, and a gate crash that hopefully isn't used up mid.
Yeah, DG just jumping for some of that info, makes some noise, and you can see Narrate at the top of the map. He's trying to decide where he wants to go. Was on the rotate. Wait, do I go back to A? Am I rotating back? And it's going to leave just John here with just a classic. So, I mean, free sight for EG, 5-on-5 post plant. There's no reason they should be losing this.
But the Aldrone kind of heralds...
Not to curse it.
But the Aldrone gives EG's game away, so you can buy it a bunch of time. There's a ton of stall util, but Sen aren't convinced that this is a true A, so no one's really made the move across yet. John's done his best. He's bought, 10, 15 seconds. He'll have to fall back off this and wait for the rest of Sen to rotate in.
Planted. My ult's ready.
EG have the Rolling Thunder. They have the Hunter's Fury. Bao can use the Veto ult that I don't know the name of, but you know, he gets all the superpowers, man.
Be right back.
What is that one called? The Evolution? Right, of course.
You got it. No, you nailed it. Now you're going to be able to refract on back, but Digizine is in. Ready now to try and fight off anybody tries to make their way in. There is some tower presence. John up there only with a classic though. Tough to break in. And Narrate's been trying to force that Bucky issue all round and never had a chance to make use of it. John gets his, and EG exits the round with 3 up.
No, listen, I don't play Veto, man. I'm still a cringe Cypher one trick. even with nerfed Cypher, buddy, I don't know what the abilities are called. I just play against them.
Chokehold, cross card. Very powerful kit. So, still seeing the adoption rate for Veto.
John QT, you shameless stat player, you're a bad boy.
Okay, this was a lot of the discussion coming out of like last week's games for Sentinels. He had really impressive stat line out of a O2 series.
Listen, it's not his fault that he had to rotate to sites every single time, all right? And this is what he's farming.
I had to double check, was like Owner coaching this team or not? I wasn't sure.
All right, dial in. Digizine teleport up mid, ultimate already, dimensional drift, getting all the info, Hunter's Fury combo, the classic, the vintage double ult maneuver.
And this time, Com's going to be able to find something of that Hunter's Fury. Tough for Sen to get a foothold here. Narrate does his best, and Kai's able to get out on Heaven there. Oki taking low. Caillou himself has seen better days. It's on John and Redux now. John going to be late to the party. Trying to play off Redux, and again, it's always at least the one. Guided Salvo should give him a little bit of space to encroach towards that coast position. And Redux gets it off the flash. Digizine looking in the wrong direction. And this two-man tour de force for Sentinels has torn EG apart.
That was gorgeous from John and Redux. They did everything they could have possibly done perfectly in that 2 versus 2. That was lovely. I mean, John sending out those missiles back sight forces the players from EG to the left side where he's got the stun waiting. At the same time that's happening and their positions are disrupted, Redux gets the flash into teleport to fight them. I mean, that was genuinely beautiful. And that is the in-the-moment synergy that Sen were just totally lacking in their debut. It felt like no one was on the same page in any of the chaotic moments. And that right there is just an example of an extreme juxtaposition from that.
Yeah, they worked those 2 angles beautifully. You saw that Digizine was looking in the Redux direction as John actually swung coast. That's because he forced him to look that way. And honestly, New Rate only gets the one frag in the round, but exits with like over 300 damage. So, you know, that damage he does getting on in there to pave the way, yeah, it makes it much harder for EG to hold on. That was sick, man.
Yeah, just a general point too. I mean, aside from the fact that John is getting a lot of kills, we have seen this Taeho util get tons of value throughout this whole game, both halves. His ults have been really good. Like, if you think back to the first half, that one he sent out when EG were on the retake, they were all in spawn on A. Like, he is getting serious value from his util and from getting kills. He's having an all-star performance to start this series.
Cross back over to the game. It's a 4-round difference. The crippling loss in that previous round for EG still means they got weapons to work with. Rolling Thunder, of course, there. The sites have been less difficult for EG to get into. It's holding on to them. They don't have to play up against the Sentinel. And Sentinels are giving them that space before snatching it right back.
Yeah, the comp is just so potent on a retake. Set a main dart again, quick flash just to take that space. Evolution being used right there by Bao. The ultimate activated. Bao right now, the one guy shooting on EG as they go for one of their classic maneuvers again. It's just Dejazine teleporting up towards top mid and then
Cross-cut for Bao, though.
Yeah,
we've
that's
got
cool.
A double face here that threatens to shake John out of position.
Grenade is live.
He has a premonition about it, though. Trying to buy more of that
missile.
time. Special delivery, fall back on the hand, the refresh of the guided salvo. And man, the guy's just too good. He falls back, so he's got Cortizia watching him.
Ooh, nice little jump spot as well. Those Supermans there to flash into the swing. This is just not the same team that we saw in week 1.
They give it a little bit of that space, but it's always double-faced. It's always backed up by a piece of util. It's like, yeah, EG, get that plant down. Sure enough. But now, that Rolling Thunder comes on out. It's not going to connect with anyone, but confirmation now. The back of the A side is clear. Oki, though, this late little re-wrap has thrown a spanner into the works.
And finally an opportunity to get this Rolling Thunder off as well.
Timing's good. Not a whole lot you can do about this one. Ugly.
Last player
Now, right,
standing.
they're able to avert it for the most part. Kai has to give it a tap, but he knows he's going to get hit from 2 angles here, and there's just not really an option
remaining.
for Sentinels. An important round for EG to take here if they can. Caillou doesn't have the time. And yeah, fist pump for Oki. Needed that round badly.
I mean, we're talking about mid-round, how good Sen are looking, and then somehow EG just come out on top in that. I mean, mostly due to some really nice late-round play from Oki, who is delayed on that. Wrap into heaven, gets the free kill, and then finally has this prime opportunity to get the Rolling Thunder off from a really good position too. Like sending it, you know, kind of horizontally into the site there is perfect.
I got it.
And it's the displacement on Narrate as well. It puts him out of position, allows Oki to step up and find another to leave Redux on his own. That said, we've got 2 Duelist ultimates up for Sentinels now. Well, the weaponry, though, leaves a bit to be desired.
I'm onto what feels like a rare eco right now. Dejazine with one of his weapons of choice.
Time to jump.
It's just anything that has a scope.
Yep. Laura at the ready. There's going to be a flash to try and knock him off this line. Okay, he gets sent into the site. Fake smoke, want to clean up again. Poetry in motion here for Sentinels. Able to snap up 2.
I mean, you are joking. That is a crazy team fight for them to come out on top of. I'm a little bit stunned here for a moment. Just trying to replay that in my mind.
Yeah.
Like those util coming at them as well, and then just smoke drop, boomed with sheriffs. That's nasty.
Okay, good fault line timing here as well. EG forced back. Clockblade even further. Now there's a real question about whether they want to attempt to work this B-side. This is one of the rounds where Sentinels are actually anchoring on this B-side.
Yeah, kind of a pick your poison situation here. You know, if they hit B, there's going to be a lot of Sen players there. If they leave B, Sen can probably go pick up the rifles that are dropped and have more guns on a man advantage retake with like 2 ultimates. So this is going to be tough for EG. Coming into this round as massive favorites economically.
Narrate just close angle here. Knows what is coming, but it's John again, man. Always seems to be where he's most needed. And now Bao has to turn tail. 17 seconds left in the round. This has completely fallen apart for EG. Bear in mind, a single rifle brought up in this round by Sentinels. It's going to be a quick hop, skip, and a jump over to the A side for the plant.
That is close, but he got it, I think. I mean, that was, yeah, he's good.
Planted.
All good, like 0.18 or something on the clock. And yeah, here's that other situation where they're able to grab one of the guns, but do they even need the guns? I don't think so. They're just killing everyone with sheriffs. And also, they have 3 ults, man. They have 3 ults.
Not even that. Flash, fault line, stealth drone. ton of util to sort of spin something up on a dime here. Yeah, dimensional drift, fair enough. Give yourself that foresight.
Oh my god. I mean, you'd hate to be Oki in a situation like that.
Hindered and plundered. Straight out of the round, it's going to be on bow. And John steams him. Sentinels will get up to 12 with a very unlikely fight back into the round. Surprising EG by entrenching on B, not giving an inch.
I mean, glass half full for Oki, he can be like, damn, I'm really him. They had to use a dimensional drift into the convergent paths, into the stun just to deal with me. That is tough though, man.
If you could take an ego boost for a lost round, I strongly suggest you do it.
You hate to be him in that situation. It's that first team fight though from Sen is just crazy. I mean, that is nuts. They just drop the smoke and kill everyone with sheriffs. All right, John is 24-9, man.
Look at what they've done to EG though. They recognize that those ultimates are well spent on that previous round just to decimate their economy.
24 kills. And only 9 deaths.
Yep.
Having a hell of a game.
And no stat padding, bro.
His util has been so good. I've never seen so many good special deliveries in one game.
You hate using the name for that ability, bro.
No fake TP that time, and it does kind of bait Cortezia out. So EG get a crucial opening to attempt to stay in this game, get to 9 rounds.
Sentinels are activating here to maybe push off this B side. This is being watched for, though.
I mean, yeah, that could absolutely be their understanding if they go a little bit too far forward.
Great angle work there, and all haphazard work from the upper there by Superman. Tries to have a crack with the Sheriff. Maybe the weapon disadvantage here starting to show up for EG. They're going to go for it now, but it's too hurried. It's too ham-fisted, and there's Narrow steps out and takes one comfortably. And a refrag to get him in a bit of a dangerous spot. Super handers him with the Sheriff. It's 3-on-3. And flash through the wall, and Bob's your uncle.
Win.
13-8 Sentinels. Strong start with a 9-3 opener. And I love these retakes off this heavy util. Look for them. Stunning comeback.
Sen so proactive in that game. Moments like that to close it out. The instant decision to just flash. We're swinging together. It's those timings that are so much tighter with the util and those aggressive plays compared to week 1. That